might be the first time you guys have seen this on the ground on all four wheels in quite some time. I got that whole front end all done for now. Everything's all painted, bolted back in, and ready to rock. Same with the rear end. I just briefly adjusted the suspension, got everything closer to alignment where it needs to be, you know, toe and camber and all that, as well as track width. There's a lot of adjustable stuff on this that I bought, but it's all getting pretty close. Swapped out those spacers. Everything's looking good. So got the body rolling on the ground. Steering's all done too. Looking at the panels, the ones that I want to focus on today are this front cowl. This goes just behind the hood at the back there, in between the glass and the hood itself. This is the section that houses the wiper blade motors, and the wiper arms come up through here on both sides. So this is going to get painted very soon. This one's incredibly close. It's probably my closest panel, so I'm going to start off with one that's just a little easier than the others, and start off with some fiberglass repair. Now, I have a lot of parts in here just laying around, and unfortunately this one got damaged. This corner chipped off a little bit, just this gel coat, and there's actually a crack that, if my camera will focus, runs right along here. It's kind of hard to tell, this part's so dirty, but there's the crack right there. So I'm going to get this one all sanded up, cleaned up, and get this one started with fiberglass repair on it. Well, sadly that rear spoiler fell off in that video. I'm sure you guys saw that. Luckily no damage happened to it, but I was able to get it all scuffed up a little bit and get this fiber filler, the glass infused filler in here. So that's all drying up right now. I'm working on this front air dam. Now, unfortunately, these 2 points on the frame here and here stick out just enough that this cannot sit flush and mount where it's supposed to. So I've just put some marks here where it hits. I'm going to go ahead and mark this out and start trimming this back just another inch just to make room. All right, everybody. So I ended up getting sick for about 3 weeks. I know I was going to put out an episode really soon. I was talking about getting it all painted, getting everything ready for that, but getting sick and having finals week for university classes kind of put me about a month behind schedule just between those two things. So this episode is going to be a quick update, let you know what I've done in that time. Let you know where I'm going to be going. I got a new end locker and an end cabinet. You can see this one here and the locker back here hooked onto my tool chest. I've just been buying a lot of tools, getting things more organized, and just, expanding what I've got. Stuff like this is just kind of behind the scenes stuff that takes time, takes money, and kind of slows down the progress on the car. But it's stuff I need to get done, stuff that has to be done just to be able to work on the car better. Keeping all the tools organized and getting the stuff I need lets me, get further. And so cabinet stuff going on, new tools going on. In this episode, I'm going to put all the film footage that I took of Vladimir coming again. We got a little bit of stuff done last week on it. Not as much as I was hoping. He's going to be coming back this week, which I'll just put in the next episode. I'm going to release this episode today, Sunday. Hopefully it's out. If not, Monday for sure. Let me show you some of the other cool stuff I've got, though. So I want to give a little bit of a shout out to Apex Engineered. I've got their front fender braces ordered, and they finally arrived. So these are just a chassis stiffener. These weld in from that top end there and the bottom down here. One on each side, of course. That'll add a lot of strength and rigidity. With how much power I'm going to be making, I definitely want to get all of the strength I possibly can out of this. So when Vladimir comes back, I'm going to see if we have time to weld those in, get that all strengthened up. Another really cool thing I'm excited that I got are what's in these two little boxes right here. So let me grab one out and show you what's inside. So these are my turbos for the engine. This is from a company called Kinugawa. They're out of Japan, although I'm sure they're probably made somewhere else. I've got 2 turbos ordered. Came with all the stuff I need to hook them up, V-band clamps and oil lines. I do need waste gates for these. They're external waste gates, but they're here. Turbos are here. These cost about $3,000 roughly for the 2 of them. So not crazy expensive, but definitely not a cheap junky eBay turbo. So yeah, excited to have these in. They look so good. I can't wait to get those put up in the engine bay. But sadly, that's gonna have to wait. These are not ready to go in yet, as much as I would love to slap them in right now. So in the future, I might do a more detailed breakdown of exactly which model, the specifications of this turbo, and kind of the limitations. I'm no turbo expert. I had a lot of help in choosing these. Tristan from WTF Auto, the guys who are running quickshift.tv on YouTube, go check them out. Their channel is amazing. Those guys have been super helpful in getting my build going because they are doing essentially the same thing, a very similar build. So big thanks to them as well. Well, in case you guys can't tell, this is all filmed out of order, very messy video. Sorry about that. It's just been a crazy month. I'm going to show you the stuff Vladimir got done, and I'll show you what we still have left to do when he comes back for the next episode. Painting should be started next episode for sure. I'm working with a couple different guys who are going to be helping me a lot with this. There's a lot of body work to do. Some of it I didn't do right. If you guys know body work and go back in some of the previous episodes, I used a lot of glazing putty in areas that should have been with Bondo, stuff like that. So they're going to be helping me a lot, and we've actually got a spray booth for this thing, so it's not going to be done in the garage like I was planning. If you guys remember me getting that big air compressor, that was kind of the main reason why. Still glad to have it. It's a great compressor, but it's going to be done in a professional booth now, which is probably good news for a lot of you guys. Although nobody really said they were too worried in the comments anyways. You guys need to comment more. I don't know what you guys are thinking, and I don't really get too many comments on stuff, so let me know questions, concerns, anything like that. But let me show you what Vladimir got done.
I usually like to use the wooden end of a hammer. It's weird, but it works. Because it burns, doesn't like conduct or melt.
So there was one little bolt down in here that broke that we'd missed from last time. If you guys remember getting all those broken bolts out of here. So we were able to get that done. The hood, I think I filmed some time lapses of this. There were just a couple little rust holes or water drained down in here. So we got these two quite large patches. He did an excellent job. This is really difficult to weld. This metal is very thin. And then coupled with, you know, the rust issues, we had to cut it out larger, do it slowly to not heat warp this entire panel too much. Is it perfect? No, but this entire hood is all fiberglass and Bondo and filler, primer. It's already kind of a big, heavy, ugly hood. So he did one heck of a job though. This looks amazing. Moving on down, he also was able to fix this panel, which you've seen the footage of by now. This was a pretty small hole. You know, I don't know, it was smaller than a little grain of rice for sure. It was a very small hole. But we cut out a lot larger section just to get all that sheet metal out of there, get new stuff put in, get it all cleaned up. So with those being done, the body is ready for paint, at least metal-wise. We still got to get some of these dents out of the hood. some of the stuff like that, but it's coming along pretty nicely. So I'm really happy that he was able to get all that done for me. I really appreciate his help in this project.